Hey, what's happening everyone? SirJames coming at you guys with another video. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful time. Now I know it's been a while since I've done any type of product review on the channel, so I'm a little bit rusty, so please keep that in mind. However, I have one today courtesy of GAMDIAS, which is this product right here. This is the Hermes M3 RGB mechanical gaming keyboard. However, this is a bit different compared to all the other keyboards that I've reviewed courtesy of this company. This one is actually the ultimate low profile keyboards, meaning that you're getting a much slimmer and slicker design compared to the normal size keyboards out there, which some people prefer that, because when it comes to keyboards, everyone has preferences. Some people prefer mechanical, some people don't prefer that, some people prefer slimmer design, some people prefer the bulkier or the crazy ones, so you never know. Again, everyone has their personal preference. For me, for some reason, I like the low profile ones, to be honest. So anyways, this is just a quick look around the packaging first. Is basically kind of go over the main highlights, such as your easy access multimedia keys. You also have your full key lock system, built-in LED effects, which means that this will be using the Hera software, so you could change the LED colors, which I always like the whole RGB color scheme, to be honest. And of course, it has the aluminum back plating, which gives the design, basically pops out a lot more in my opinion. And of course over here, it's kind of going over like just some minor differences like between like your standard keys and of course low profiles. So of course, meaning that if it's low profile, and of course with the top of that being mechanical, meaning that, you know, the time it takes for you to press down on that key to interact with whatever it is that you're doing is going to be much quicker, which is why I like mechanical keyboards more than just the standard ones. And of course, it just goes over some other basics here, but that's really about it. And of course, right here, it says the Hera application. So if you don't already have that, you can download that free on their website. Simple as that, and just of course some information on the back. And that's pretty much it. Now, what you get in the box is a total of 3 items. The first one that you're going to be getting here is, of course, your little key removal tool. So you could go ahead and remove that. I did notice that it does have blue switches underneath. You also get a cable, which this one actually kind of surprised me, the fact that the cable is actually already separated from the keyboard, because most of the time when it comes to the products, the cable is actually already attached to the keyboard. You can't remove it, but I like the removable ones. Just kind of makes it nice, so that way if you do take it on the go, you can, which is perfect for this one. And it's actually gold plated too, so hopefully you guys can see that. Most of the time it's silver plated, but this one is gold, so I like it. Just makes it look a little bit more fancier. And of course, here is the keyboard itself. So there it is. It looks like it's a normal size, but until I put it off onto its side there, this is super thin. But not only is it thin, but the satisfaction of the mechanical keys makes this one really enjoyable. So let me go ahead and have you guys take a listen. I mean, that's like pure satisfaction for me right there. You know, it's like every time you get a package in the mail and there's bubble wrap in there, you just want to pop all the little bubbles there. Well, you know, I get that same satisfaction here with this keyboard. So like I said, overall, it has a little bit of weight to it, because again, it is a mechanical keyboard and it is using that aluminum back plating here. But again, just kind of makes the design overall pop out a little bit more. Of course, on the back here, this is where, of course, your cable will plug into. Simple as that. And of course, you flip it on over the bottom here. There's actually no spot to store your key like some of their other designs, which, I mean, they're trying to keep with the slimmer design here. Of course, you also have your feet pegs here, so if you want to give it a little bit of level there. And simple as that. And of course, you have the logo down here and this spot. But like I said, overall, this is actually an extremely comfortable keyboard. I like the sounds that it makes, because again, it's just satisfaction for me. And just for whatever reason, like I said, I prefer like the low profile keyboards here. Like I have another one as a comparison. This is just a little fold out keyboard, you know, boom, pops out just like that. And as a size comparison, it's almost on par, to be honest. So again, this is still extremely portable if you want to take it with you on the go. Basically, you know, just wrap up your cable, put that in a safe spot, put this in your bag next to your laptop or whatever it is that you wanted to use it for. So anyways, besides of course how comfortable it is and how neat it is, how does it perform? Overall, it performs extremely well when it comes to just, you know, doing some basic typing if you want to do that, or of course gaming as well. This is actually an extremely comfortable keyboard. I'm actually losing my voice here. So hopefully that clears up a little bit. But like I said, this is extremely comfortable to use. It only took me probably about 10 minutes to adjust to it because I was using a normal size keyboard. And like I said, I didn't have any issues with this. But before we go any further, let me go ahead and show you guys the light up effects right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Hermes software. When you first install the software and plug in your keyboard, it should pop up here on the bottom, and there may or may not be an update for your keyboard or software to kind of go with the new hardware. So again, it's a very simple installation, but of course if you go along here the software, you're going to see different things such as key assignments, macro manager, keyboard reference, which is going to basically be your light up feature, which is going to be the main part here. You also have a sound filter edit, a assigned sound timer, which are mostly settings that I don't use here, and of course you could also check back here for the latest updates of course your item. But let's go ahead and check out the light up feature. Now the first one here is called static, and basically you just make this whatever color that you want. So maybe you want yellow, green, maybe you prefer red because you know you're on the Sith side of the new Star Wars game, or of course maybe you want orange, white. So whatever color scheme that you want to do, it's very simple to do, just plain design. But if you want to customize it a little bit, they have another one called custom pattern. You're going to notice that there is a group of keys in the middle section that is currently not lit. However, some keys are currently green, yellow, pink, red, blue, which is the nice part about this is that, you know, if you have a certain preference of how you want to set this up, which keep in mind you could set up to 6 different profiles, you could actually make certain keys different. So for example, let's go ahead and use WASD, our basic movement keys when we're playing our games. So let's go ahead and change that to something different. I'm thinking more or less, let's see what's going to pop a little bit more. Let's go ahead and choose white here. So I'm going to go ahead and select white. I'm going to go ahead and select WASD. As you can see, I changed the colors just on those basic keys. If you wanted to highlight more keys, what you can do is that you can go ahead and pick another color, which we're going to go ahead and pick orange here, and basically highlight this group here, and then let go, and then boom, those are lit orange. It's simple as that, so it's pretty neat. So I really like this feature here because again, you could customize it to your different profiles. So maybe you're playing Battlefield, you have keys for certain things, or some of the important keys. Again, you could just mess around and tweak with that. Next up is of course the lighting effects. I mean, you can't have an RGB keyboard without lighting effects. So the first one is called Wave, which is basically going over the RGB color scheme. The next one is called breathing. So whatever color that you have it set at by default, it's going to breathe that specific color. Right now it's currently set on orange. Of course, we could also set it to like yellow. Again, whatever color that you want to use. Next up, of course, one thing I forgot to mention is, of course, the speed. You could actually increase the speed, how often it actually does that. So if you want it to breathe, for example, quicker or slower, you could set that pace and brightness with the software. Next up is the responsive fade. Now what's nice about this one is that every time you go and press a key here, basically those keys light up, which I honestly like that. It gives it a really nice effect. Then you have this one here. Not entirely sure how to pronounce that, but it looks like the some worm game. I can't remember what it was. It was like some classic game I remember back in the 90s. Next up, of course, you have ripple. Which every time you press a key, it has a ripple effect. Again, you could also change the color for this to something different. Next up beyond that is, of course, the responsive fade in. Just something simple, similar to the other one, but just kind of fades in a little bit different. Then, of course, you have neon, which is going to go through all the neon type colors. Next up, you have the colorful one. So again, you got that same effect, but of course, the nice Christmas looking colors. You also have the rainbow drops. So it's basically raindrops of rainbow. And of course, you have a circular one, along with a slide in. And again, you could also change the colors for these, so whatever it is that you want to use. And of course, you also have rotation. Again, all these are pretty neat. But like I said, overall, the software is simple and easy to use. Again, I like the different color effects here, but I also love the custom pattern, the fact that it's easy to use, and the fact that I could change whatever keys to colors that I want. Simple as that. So let's go ahead and get back to the final verdict. Alright, so now that you got the chance to see some of the lighting effects using the Hermes software, what do I think overall? Overall, I think this is a fantastic keyboard. I actually love this. It's actually now my preferred keyboard, at least until something else could top this, which I think will be kind of a tough challenge as it is. If you are interested in purchasing this product, a link to that is in the description down below. But overall, like I said, I am SirJames from Gamerfuzion.com. I definitely give this a full 5 out of 5. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next review.